Dominic Ichibo Inc. Yo, we just this is something crazy going on. We just match our hat with our shirt. We're becoming a lengthy adult. Today, what we're trying to do is some episode of reviews. Sorry, the first video I do every single night is always gonna be harder because I don't have the what do I call it? What am I calling it? I still have those memories of not those memories, but I'm not used to it, you know. So that's Office Season 3, Episode 2. Office Season 3, Episode 2. We got Mike wants to adopt because he saw an episode of Oprah with, again, Oprah is legendary, and he saw that it was Angelina Jolie, and he was like, yo, this could be cool. And although this is not super an amazing moment, it is kind of cool because we see Pam and she knows how to deal with Michael. That it was a really sweet moment where Pam, she's like, yo, there's a waiting list. It's like, ugh. And like, yo, it costs a lot of money. Like, ugh. So, and it goes to show that Mike, on a head budge, he was willing to adopt it like a kid. And that's something I would do. I would adopt like a dog, just because I feel like having a dog. I saw a couple of videos of dog today, and I was like, oh shit, a dog would be nice, you know? And so we have that. We have, but expensive and long. Nice. Mike say, oh yo, Mike, and then Mike, he said to Pam, he says, what about in 10 years, you and I? And it's like, nope. And then in 20 years, maybe nope. And then 30, she's like, okay, maybe. And it's just something super cool because she has no intention doing that, but she knows that Michael is going to say 40 and 50. Then she just maybe she feel bad for him, right? Pam should do. Mikey leave for a convention, and it's kind of cool because the convention itself is a pretty good episode. There's a lot going on. This episode's actually really good because there's a lot of closure going on, but at the same time, we see Mike being an amazing human being. By amazing human being, he's an amazing salesman. He's actually the least working, but he pulls off a big step, and it shows like, yo, I deserve my place. Because every time you see Mike at the helm of Dunder Mifflin, you're like, how did he get here? And then you think that maybe it's only because of seniority. But then because he pulls moves like that, like, okay, yeah, he belongs. So we got Mikey leaves for convention with Jim and Dwight. So Jim, again, he's with, and it's kind of sad. It's kind of actually, from a story point, for the storytelling point, it's amazing. But it's kind of sad because Jim switched company, like, we don't know how long, but it hasn't been that long. And Scott, who is boss, no, I keep on calling him Scott, but it's Josh. Because Michael Scott is Josh. And Josh already bringing him as like right hand. So it does seem like Nard Dog and Donatelli aren't cutting it, and you're like, holy shit. But again, then you have a first time of Mike and Jim talking and like being honest 100 with 100. So it's really, there's just some really cool moment in this one. It's a really good episode when you think about it. They go to a convention, right? He has Dwight. He didn't want to bring Dwight, right? But still, Mike leave for convention. Women, Dwight and Angela, they fight, and it's absolutely great. It's actually phenomenal. And honestly, I gotta be quite honest here. And I know I'm repeating myself, but as somebody that reviews is really hard. So I always saw the couple of Jim and Pam as worthy. I always thought Jim was cool. They'll pay more attention to Dwight. Dwight's actually cooler. Dwight is actually a loose cannon, but when he's not, he's a good person. His relationship with Angela, all those secrets, is amazing. She gets mad at him because he's leaving her, and he knows he has to do right, and you can kind of see. So there's something in psychology. I'm not gonna go too deep because it's a fucking review of The Office. Chill. But there's something called a mannerism. It's when you spend a lot of time with somebody, or when you spend a lot of time in a relationship, those specific terms they use, those specific movement they do, some of their habits are gonna rub off on you, and you're gonna be like, okay, yeah. And Angela, she started talking about the Martin family, and you got Dwight always talking about the Schrute family. So it's a small thing, but if people paid enough attention, it'd be like, yo, since when are you talking about the Martin family? They didn't in season 1 or season 2. But still, it's something I appreciate because it shows that they really are in love, right? We got Dwight, Pam, date, killing Creed. Oh no, nice. We got Creed, who also has a super cool ID. He takes Meredith is a first day. That means that he's not totally there. And Creed beauty is how fucked up the character is. There's a moment where they go on a trip, and Creed picks them up. They're picking up Creed, who were doing hitchhiking, and then Creed's like, "Yo, nice to meet you guys." I'm like, "Yeah, we work together." It's like, oh. There's also Kelly, who, and this is a very specific moment. Agreed, but it's super important. We got Kelly and Pam. They're going on a date. Kelly has a friend who goes on a date with Pam. Now, ultimately, the date, spoiler, won't work, right? But that means something very important. That means that Pam, she's moving on from Roy. And if she's willing to date a fucking stranger, then she's willing to date, I don't know, our boy. Yeah, I went there. And we have Coach Kelly, Meredith, still, Mikey's still from Vital right away. His pillowcase, which is, again, it's Mike taking advantage of Dwight. It's not a big deal, but still, it's kind of shitty. She takes Meredith. I wrote horribly. Oh, yo, nice. Mikey, you see, the first thing he does when he talks about the conversation, he misses Jim. And he has remorse for not being able to bring Jim. And right away, he's like, yo, I don't know how I'm going to be. And the way he's acting is like, it's going to be awkward. It's going to be awkward because I care about Jim. He's my friend. And I do like Jim, right? And again, this episode, admittedly, is more about Jim and Mike than anything else. So it's fantastic. We got remorse for Jim. Jim misses Mike. He says, yo, I miss working in Scranton. I miss working. There's also this really fucking cool moment where Jim, he sees Dwight. And this is fucking important, okay? So it's hard for me to review The Office because I saw the ending. At the ending, spoiler, Jim and Dwight become actually good friends. There's some care there. So Jim, he sees Dwight for a couple seconds. He's like, yo, I miss this guy. He's my friend. I regret doing those pranks on him. Then Dwight talks like, nah, I deserved it. But for the first sentiment was, I miss that guy. There's this kind of friendship. It's this weird friendship. It's friendship. Right? We have Mrs. Remorse for Jim, Dwight, but then he spoke. Toby heard that Pam, she's willing to go on a date. And Toby always had a crush on Pam. Right? So he's trying to do his move. This is an episode where Toby's going to try to do a couple of times to move. But again, you snooze, you lose. And he snoozed hardcore. My boy snoozed and he got late to work. We got Pam, Dwight then spoke. You should see how I fucking wrote it. Like shit. And I know I'm always saying this, but it's the truth. But then he spoke. Toby feels for Pam. Merge. Jan is talking Merge, talking about how this moment like that are talking about how Stratton might be absorbed. And so far, Stratton is the one being absorbed because, again, Josh has some super good employees. And now another spoiler. This is spoiler 4. Jim was actually recruited for Josh because Jim is the best salesman in Trenton, right? And because of that, him moving to the new branch is actually a sign that the Merge is aiming for Michael. Michael, the Dunder Mifflin in Scranton, is being targeted for being absorbed in the Merge. Jan talks about a Merge, and she said, Josh talks about a Merge and tells Mike, like, yo, I heard you're a pretty good salesman. If I'm looking for people, you got a spot. And Michael's like, no, I'm going to absorb you. So there's this discrepancy, but we know for a fact that Michael was the one that was targeted. We got Alan, super talented. Alan is a date of Pam. So, and it's hardcore because Pam, what she liked about Jim a lot was it was funny, and Alan was also good at drawing. So what the cast are trying to do, what the director trying to do in my book, they're trying to prove that Alan would be a really good match for Pam. The fact that they're not together is because Pam wasn't willing to go on a date with a guy. Pam wasn't willing to make the extra steps, to go the extra mile. You know, that's kind of super important. We got Toby, Phil, Pam. Tell I'm super talented. Mike talks. Mike stock merge. Mike part. Oh, okay. So we got Jim already best friend with Josh, and Mike is loyal. You got Michael who's talking about free stuff. So again, there's you can tell that Michael doesn't go out much, and here these two parts are seemingly the same thing. So you got Mike, who's not he doesn't go out. So when he goes out, there's free stuff. He's gonna take it. When Mike he goes to a convention, he's looking for friends, and that's what's apparent in here is because he does he buys a lot of alcohol to prepare for a party. The party's gonna fail, right? But for him, a convention is a party because he doesn't go to a party, right? So for me, if I was filming and I was to go to VidCon or TwitchCon, it would be a party for me. We got boss Mike looking for invite everyone. Nice. Mike, he had a party. He invited everyone for the party. Mike is insecure because he sees Josh as a super cool guy. How he gets an email. How he got the best airplane because it's a competition of throwing paper company. Yeah. Yeah, and he has a new phone, which is a BlackBerry, which back then was the shizzle. And then it's kind of cool because he got email and like, holy shit, that's kind of cool, right? We got that. We got Jimmy is he's having inside joke with Josh, and Mike's like, we didn't have that. Why don't we have that, right? So he asked Dwight to look into Josh, right? Because again, Josh is seeing the perfect, and Mike is trying to. I don't know if he's trying to necessarily look out for Jim, or he's just selfish and he wants Jim back, but. It was kind of nice to see, like, even if it was to help Jim and even if it was to get Jim back, it's still I'm gonna look into this guy pass. That way, if there's something, I got you. It's kind of cool. I liked it. He spoke to Toby. Toby feels for Pam. Okay, we got that. He makes a move. I told you guys again. Jimmy Miss Clanton. Mike has a party. Phyllis, she's offered to help Pam in the dates. She's like, oh, we're this. So it's kind of cute that we're seeing like solidarity towards each of the employees. We got that. We got Jim misses no, Mike, Pam dating. Ah, nice. We got Toby makes a move, nice. Miss Cranton, Jimmy misses Cranton because he misses Mike and Dwight together, right? And it was like funny, and he misses that. That's kind of cool. We got Mike, Pam dating, friendship. Mike, solid deal. Mike, it's kind of cool because there's another scene where Jan, she's saying, "Oh, me, Jim, and Josh has meeting the whole day." Mike doesn't, but Mike, through his party, he makes that one connection. And that one connection actually lands him a big client. So again, it shows that Mike, admittedly, by luck or not, he did actually pull the biggest move in the place. So he might have seen like the fucking loser, he might have seen like a last potato, but it was actually first potato. It was Russet Potato, the exclusive brand of potato for McDonald's, sponsoring this video. Thank you, McDonald's. Oh, not McDonald's, the fast food chain. McDonald the farmer. Yeah, I got a chicken. I got a chicken to say his name. We got this. We got the solid date. We have Angela going to the hotel, and that means, first of all, that means she misses Dwight, which is cute. But it ultimately leads to one of the funniest joke, how Mike thinks that Dwight got a prostitute, right? He's like, holy shit. And then Dwight, he got to see Angela, and it's kind of amazing because at the very end, the last scene is they're looking at with a UV light, which was a gift from the swag. So it's really well written. So who will have an ultraviolet light? Nobody. But since it was free swag, it's possible that somebody gave it to him. It's not out of the ordinary. And they took it to look at the mattress. They say it's either urine, blood, or semen. And they said we're hoping it's blood. Because again, out of those three, blood is probably the least unnerving. But blood means there's a murder. And you brought back to American Psycho, So we got that. We got but not jump the let's not jump the gun. We got Pam. The date is awkward because you can see that the guy is trying and she's not really trying, but you know what? She went there. If she was completely against the idea, it would be one thing. But she did show up. And the fact that she did show up means that she's somehow, somewhat able to see past being only with Jim. Which is great because at this point Jim is out of the picture, right? And then Mike had the party and secretly goes to the same hotel. Jim learns that Pam is dating, which is important, right? Mike misses Jim friendship. Nice worker. Mike party bus. Okay, cool. Mike party is a bus, like I said, but Jimmy goes, and then Mike he actually man and tells Jim, "I'm jealous of you and Josh," which take guts. And like Jim right here, there's a lot of moments where Jim isn't my favorite character. There's a moment where Jim is actually cooler. He's actually the best. Jim is actually super cool. But this being super cool comes at making fun of Dwight. It comes at an expense. It comes at being the life of the party. But the party that no one wants to go at. So my problem here, normally with Jim, is like, yeah, he's super funny. He's a super cool guy. But again, making fun of Dwight. And most of the jokes, if it wasn't because we're bored at work, they wouldn't land. You know, so it's kind of shitty if you're asking me. Then we got Jim. Then Jim, he tells, but here Jim's an amazing bro. He tells Michael, "Yo, you're an amazing boss. Yeah, Josh is good, but you're an amazing boss. The reason I left was because of Pam." And Mike's like, "Holy shit, yes." And then it's funny because Mike said, "I only need a couple friends in life," and Jim is one of them. And then you got Dwight, who did everything for Mike, and Mike don't care. So we're kind of sad, but funny in the same way. We got that. We got Mike party start. We got you realize so nice. Exactly. And that's it. That's pretty much it. That's the episode. So again, super episode. How can I do it with 17 minutes video on a 21 episode? I don't fucking know, but I did. So as always, I love you guys. Peace.